This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Throw Gang, we are joined by the tie-dye tycoon, the Arc Admiral, the Gore-Tex governor. Call him Metallica because it's die, my darling. The Imam of Ink, the custom carpet Kaiser. Spanish Harlem raised him so you know he's built Crawford tough.
Yo,
let me fight this idol real quick. Damn, idol's got hands. The king of color studies, the pharaoh fabric, the graphics go off when the supreme go on. The gallery Goomba, the art show shaman, the art rare but the work steady, the baron of bombing, the titan of tagging. Must be a clearance sale at FAO Schwartz how he's getting rid of all these toys. Artist and designer, Shaun Crawford. Shaun, how are you?
Wow, real writer
that was
shit.
good. I like that. That was a great introduction.
I like you threw in the toys, dude.
We got to print that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, bro. And then tie-dye.
Let's go.
Yeah, tie-dye that shit, sell it as merch.
Let's
Shaun, thank you for being here, bro.
Thank you for having me.
You enjoyed your Peter Pan donut?
That shit was awesome. The Peter Pan
I'm like a
donut
little
was
worried that
amazing.
you might be a cop. You're like, yo, let me get a donut and a coffee. That's your writer. I'm like, this sounds a little familiar.
Trying to give you all raw sugar.
Yeah, and you're also like, yo, can I smoke weed in your crib? Like, yo, if you're a cop, you got to tell me.
Yeah, right?
You fucked up.
Entrapment, bro.
If I'd have smoked weed and drank this coffee and ate that donut, I'd probably talk for like 5 hours.
Oh, well, we only have 17 gigs free on the memory card.
Yeah.
Well, I smoked a little weed on my way here.
Oh, thank you, dude. You're a true professional, man.
You know.
You can smoke weed on the street anywhere you want now.
Yeah.
It's great. I used to do that before. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
It didn't really matter, but yeah, it's great.
No, it really
now.
doesn't matter.
You don't even have to think about
Now
it.
it don't matter.
Other day, this is some funny shit. The other day I was on Canal Street, right? And the cops were clearing out the bootleg guys. And in the mix of the bootleg guys, they got the weed dudes as well, right? So as they're clearing out the bootleg guys, a weed guy tries to sell me some weed in front of the police. And I was like, oh, let me see what you got. You know, like we were just
Let me see the goods.
And we were like talking about what he had, and it was just the funniest shit in the world because this cop was just like standing there, like,
There's nothing I can
like
do.
just the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
It's
he's
the
like
new New York, baby.
He's like literally trying to clear the block, and we're just standing there. Like,
Giuliani rolling over in his fucking
It
grave,
was
dude.
awesome. Oh God, Giuliani.
Yeah, Giuliani, dude. Shout out the fucking melting ghoul. What is it, America's mayor? What's his nickname?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
What a fucking loser.
That guy is wild.
He's listening right now.
Yeah, he's one of our 18 million listeners. Shaun,
I wonder if he's gonna flip on Trump. That'd be great.
I mean, fingers crossed, dude. Shaun, the first thing you want to do is a little fit check where you're going to walk us and the audience at home through the totality of your very spicy fit today.
Okay.
The choice for you, sir, is do you want to start top down or you want to go bottom up?
I guess we could go bottom up.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
All right. So you're
a
not a cop. Okay.
So the whole
Okay,
entrapment
okay,
thing with smoking weed here,
Yeah.
like, okay, they're not entrapment, you're not
Yeah.
a cop. And let's include all the footwear and the outerwear.
Yeah.
that you wore as
Everything
well.
that
Okay.
you wore in today.
All right. So today I have on the gray jeweled Air Force Ones.
Okay.
Those are mids?
Are they
Right?
mids?
Yeah, I
The jewel,
think
but the
so.
jewel swoosh.
Yeah, the jewel swoosh. Yeah, those shits are cool. I just got those. I also have on tie-dye socks that I
You
made.
dyed those yourself?
Yes. Yeah, actually. Oh, they got a little drip on the side too. Like, got the little
Oh,
drip.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah, with the
yeah.
little character.
Yeah.
Does that guy have a name?
Yeah, his name's Driprich, actually.
Driprich?
His name's Driprich before anyone ever called clothes drip. Like, his name is Driprich. He's named after Kiprich, the reggae,
Okay.
the reggae artist. And he's Driprich. He's a living ink drop. You know what I mean? He's the mascot for my ink brand, Doing Dirty.
Right.
That I started in maybe 2005, I think.
Well, shout out Driprich.
Driprich, yes. And what else do I have on? I have on a Carhartt Carpenter pants that I
Double knees.
double knee.
Look at that. Me and you. Look at it. We're fucking matching today.
Yeah, but this man
Yo.
actually does work in his double knees. You just fucking
I mean,
try to
I'm
take-
working right now,
take
dude. What are you
pretty
talking
pictures.
about, bro?
And
Doing the
what-
Lord's work.
This man does Carhartt shit in his Carhartt
Yeah.
double knees.
Respect.
I have on my gator belt.
Ooh.
Girl gave me. Yeah.
Real gator.
Yeah, it's actually gator. She got it in Africa. Yeah, I love this fucking belt.
Gator
I need
belts
to
and
get a
Patty
better-
Melts
I
and
need to get a
Monte
better
Carlos and
buckle for it.
Eldorados.
And what else? I got this hand painted tie-dye t-shirt.
This is
that I
you.
made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I need to do more of these. Like, these.
You
take a lot
painted
of
the
time.
characters and then dyed it, or did you dye and then paint? What's the process?
Uh,
there?
I dye them and then paint the characters on.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I painted the characters with ink as well.
Nice.
And then this is an unreleased Supreme beanie.
Oh shit! Oh, that just kind of fell into your lap. What is the?
It's like a fucking.
It's like metal.
Yeah, it's like an old fucking.
an
what do you
emblem.
call it? Not Carcanine. What was the Carcanine used to have, like, the
Davucci
old-
leathers.
Yeah, like Davucci leather.
Fire.
Carcanine. metal
House of
plate.
Davucci.
Yeah, like.
Do you have a ton of unreleased Supreme?
No.
Okay. That's the one.
This might be it. Yeah. And
how did this come into your possession? Like, were you just like, sorry, we're not going to accept any of your designs this season, but here, have a beanie?
Is your consolation prize? Get the fuck out of here.
No, my good friend that I work with very closely over there, Nick Atkins, gave that to me.
He hooked it up.
Yeah, he looked out. Yeah,
shout out Nick. I'd love an unreleased Supreme beanie as well.
Shout out Nick. Give Sean some outerwear or something.
Yeah. Let's talk about the big jacket, the puffer you wore.
Yes, and that is the Fire BAR Arc'teryx jacket in navy blue. I'm not sure what year that came out, but that's a older piece.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, it's the Rebird.
It came from New York Rebird.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Johnson.
Yes. Yes.
Johns, son of Johns.
Yes.
And Molly.
They took
Dustin. Shout out.
Shout out the whole fam, dude.
Art New York. See you guys tonight.
Yes. Dominique actually hooked me up with that, which was really very
Miss Showers.
Oh, Dominique, the VP of being the boss bitch at Arc'teryx. I think that's her.
That's her official title on her business
boss
card.
Gone. Let's not say boss bitch. That's not nice.
True.
And then we got to know, what are the panties?
I have on Ralph Lauren drawers. Ralph Lauren drawers and tank top.
Is that your go-to,
Yes.
Ralph?
Yeah.
Are you like, you wear it like and you throw it away like Fat Joe?
Nah, I'm not that rich. Not yet.
Not yet.
When it gets a hole in it, that's when it goes.
Okay.
In the trash.
What style though? Is it boxer briefs, boxers?
Boxer briefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the necklaces. You got some fucking beads on you?
Yeah. The one is coral and the other one is some glass beads that I got from Beads of Paradise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Little festive fucking
cool.
neckwear.
Yeah. I like jewelry. Like,
do you have anything else? No rings?
Nah, no rings or anything like that. Like, I want to get into like making jewelry and stuff. It's just so expensive,
right?
To actually make.
Yeah. Like making any of that shit is super expensive.
But you have ideas of stuff you'd want to do?
Tons. Like I have lots of shit that I'd like to do. I have ideas for just so many different things, and just honestly, it's just all about getting it done and doing it.
Is money the startup capital? Is that always like the biggest barrier between like the idea and actually getting a prototype done?
Yeah, but there's always ways to get around that kind of shit.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
beg,
like,
borrow, steal. You need a fucking benefactor.
Beg, borrow, steal.
Yeah, where's your Medici at?
One thing that I've been able to do, which is pretty cool, like with Instagram, just the internet in general. Like you can meet so many people.
Sure.
Like you can talk to so many different people. Like I'll find someone whose work I really respect, and I'll try to like start some sort of conversation with them.
You reach out. You don't wait for people to come to you.
Either they reach out to me or I'll reach out to them. And if I respect your work, like
it's a two-way street.
Yeah, I'll really try to figure out how we could work together. You know what I mean? And make something happen.
Yo, if any jewelers are listening, holler at the motherfucking kid.
Yeah,
dude.
Mark Savino, we see you.
My boy, Mr. Barnacle. Like,
Saw baby?
Yeah, no.
Barnacles. Bitch, we go motherfucking barnacles.
He's actually a music producer. He makes jewelry and like he makes a lot of cool stuff. And I've been like,
Mr. Barnacle.
Yes, Mr. Barnacle.
Singular.
Shout out.
That was
Mr.
my
Barnacle.
father's name.
And Barnacle.
Sir Barnacle, I think was his father's name.
You're sipping on an iced coffee, even though it's December 3rd.
Yes.
Are you an iced coffee year-round guy?
Not really, but we're inside.
Yeah, we're in the crib.
Inside.
And it's
fucking hot
not
here.
even that cold out.
It's like 55.
You're the first guest in a long time because we'll ask people like what their rider is, and most people are like, nah, like I'm just happy to be on the pod. You were like, yo, go to Peter Pan, blow a bag, get it done. I'm trying to smoke weed in the crib, eat a donut.
I mean, if you ask me if I want something, I'm like, sure.
You were like,
which is fair.
You're like, I'm coming to Greenpoint. I need to taste all of the Greenpoint spoils.
Yes. I couldn't remember
the local fair.
I wasn't sure if Peter Pan had good coffee or not, but I didn't know.
Is it good?
It's pretty good. It's decent. It's good.
Donuts are. I was debating, but I'd already eaten, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna pass.
Nah, I used to like.
What do you get? Chocolate frosted with sprinkles, right?
Chocolate frosted with sprinkles. Yes.
Hell yeah,
classic
specialty.
Classic.
Yeah, I haven't had a Peter Pan donut in a long time. I used to be around here a lot more. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I used to work in a hydroponic shop in this area over here, and then my like a friend of mine, my boy Despot, like.
Oh shit!
And I used to always be
in
his
he
fucking
lives
house.
Up.
Yeah,
it's a nice little fucking name drop right out the gate.
Yeah,
shout out fucking Despot, man.
Yeah, we don't talk up much anymore. We had a falling out. We broke up.
Oh damn, bummer, bro.
Yeah. We broke up, but I still love him. It's all good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go say what up to him after this pod.
Yeah,
3.5 hours from now.
We'll pull up on his ass.
Fuck that.
Sean, drink check, fit check, complete.
Yes.
Bingo. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast.
All right, let's go.
So this just happened. Just this past week, I was texting you and you're like, yo, I'm running out the door. Just so happened that Off-White reached out to me to paint a little tribute to Virgil on the storefront down in Soho. what did Virgil mean to you as like a young Black creative, as an artist, like, and what went through your head when they actually hit you up?
First, that shit was really unexpected.
Yeah.
Like, I never met Virgil. I don't know him. You know,
you probably had mutual friends though, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. I know a lot of people that have worked with him, like in many different ways, like directly and indirectly. And also, like I had the show in Chicago with Easy, and Easy's a close friend of his, and
right.
But I never had a chance to meet him or anything like that. And but like over the years, like I kind of like got to really see what was going on there. You know what I mean? Like I think like most people when they was first coming around, like people were talking shit, like, and maybe I might have talked a little shit. And then I got to really, and I started paying attention. I was like, yo, this guy is really in the mix. Like I could see like all the things that he's promoting or like pushing, you can see he really has a knowledge of them.
He really gave a fuck.
Yeah. Like that he was really studying and going deep into it. And then just watching him like put his hand out, and grab other people,
sure,
them in, people that you've seen doing things for a very long time. You know what I mean? That are good. Like people that are good at what they do. They've been doing it a long time, but he really helped.
He platformed a lot of folks.
Yeah, he helped push. Push a lot of people.
Did that inspire you to kind of, you're talking about how you will reach out to someone if you like their work. Did that inspire you, or has that always been kind of what you've been doing?
It's just kind of what I've been doing. Like
so similarly, you're always just like trying to work with good people.
You're not a gatekeeper.
When I was like younger and shit, like in graffiti, like that's not how shit works.
Right.
I mean, like I've written graffiti for a long time. We'll get into that too. I wrote graffiti for a real long time. And that's not a very inclusionary thing.
It's closed off by design, like skateboarding.
Yeah, it is and it isn't. You know what I mean? Like, because when I was younger, like older dudes were always very nice to me and shit. Like, but
is that because you had skills though? Like,
yeah. You know what I mean? Not that I don't like to even toot my horn like that. I think I have a little bit of talent, but like some people see that talent in me and have tried to help me out. You know what I mean? And like a lot of older writers were always like cool with me and like would like give me a little game and tell me like, oh, you trying to do too much now, and like try this, do that.
Fall
you know
back.
what I mean?
Yeah. Fall back.
Yeah. Like, cause when I was a little
slow your roll, dog.
Yeah, like first thing I ever tried to do all the crazy shit out the bat. You know what I mean? And it was all look horrible, but I'd be out in the street trying to do it, and people would fuck with me behind that. But anyway, like, like when I got into the internet and started getting into the whole graffiti internet thing in maybe like 2003, 2004, that was a very like trolly, nasty environment, and I fell into all of that shit and would be stressing out and going crazy over it and all that. And then
like you yourself were talking shit, or you were just reading everything that people are saying about you?
I would be talking shit. You would be talking shit to me. I'd be talking.
That's another type of two-way street. Everyone talking shit to each other.
Yeah. Like like it's
shit
just
for all.
Yeah, just shit. Right, and then and then like as I got a little older and I learned like to like stop wasting my time doing that.
Right. I
just got a little more into just like talking to people and trying to learn things from them. You know what I mean? Like as I got older, I got a little better with that. Like luckily I changed my attitude and got into that.
Started smoking better weed.
Yeah.
Not even. Like I've been smoking good weed for a long time, bro.
Well, not big.
Fucking flex alert.
Not from the Canal Street bootleggers.
Yeah. You gotta see what everybody got. You never know.
You're like, yo, let me get a little sampler, dude. You're right. Like Costco.
I gotta have this exclusionary mindset when it comes to weed dealers.
With everything, bro. You gotta just check it out. You know what I mean? Like somebody, like maybe there'll be people who, y'all know, maybe you might not fuck with exactly what they do, but they might have something that's there. So you gotta just look at it. You know what I mean? That's what everything.
So when Off-White reaches out, what's like the first thing that goes through your head?
Oh man. All right. So first I'd like to say, all right, peep it. The first thing that I ever did outside of like working a regular fucking job, right? Just in this whole gig.
Being an artist for a living, a working artist.
Yeah, like being a working artist, craftsman, whatever. Is when the 10 release came out. I made a bunch of sneakers for that. It was like the extra credit thing that they did, you know what I mean? And I made a bunch of Air Force.
It was like
ones.
workshops they did.
Yeah. Like they had a thing where it was like a raffle where you could get, there was only 300 pairs of these sneakers, and like whoever won this raffle could get them. And it was,
you made 300 pairs.
Yes. I made 300 pairs of sneakers for them. And that
was through just like Nike relationships, not like Virgil necessarily. Or he maybe put your name in the mix, or
not even. What you call it? Angelo Bache, I think, was doing some sort of work with that. And he reached out to my boy Nick to see if he knew anybody who could work on this. My boy
Nick that gave you this beanie.
Yeah, yes. And he reached out to me. He asked me like if I'd be able to do this, do the job. I was like, I think I could do the job. And then I gave them a estimate. And Angelo actually like everybody should know this. Angelo was like, yo, you're fucking up and you're wilding. That is not enough money. And he like doubled the price and put another couple hundred on
Zero
top.
on top.
Yeah, a couple hundred on top, and came back to me and was like, yo, this is what it is. Like, and that honestly, like,
throw a couple zeros on there, dog.
Help me out with everything. You know what I mean? Help me like negotiate new stuff. You know what I mean?
Has that like helped you? Yeah, like in negotiating just up to this point, you're always like over trying to value what you think you could actually get it for.
Or it's knowing your worth, right? It's
like it helped me figure out my pricing. Like, and then my boy Ben Solomon also like helps me out.
Shout out King Solomon, bro.
Yeah, that's my boy. I love that dude. That's like my brother. He was at my house last night, actually.
Let's go. He was by here too. We can go say what's after this too. We have a whole fucking little reunion.
You guys like the menorah? Was a little Hanukkah joint? No, it was just a social visit.
Sometimes. I keep that private.
So you did the 300 pairs for the Nike workshop.
Did the 300 pairs for the Nike workshop. That got like my whole little career going. You know, like it showed people I could do work, so I got more work from that.
Right.
And you know, I've actually always wanted to kind of say thank you to Virgil for that, even though he didn't hire me to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like
it's part of his ecosystem,
his program.
Yeah, I was able to jump on that wave. You know what I mean? Like in my own small way. And I was able to, Nike started giving me a little flow from that for a little while. You know what I mean? Like it was a whole thing.
And FYI, we need to turn that tap back on.
Yeah.
The swoosh is listening.
Flow, bro. I got to buy sneakers. It's awful.
Yeah, he's out here buying jewel swooshes like a fucking peasant, bro.
So many hoops to get those sneakers. You don't even understand. Yo. Oh my god! But it was all good.
Yeah,
all good. Whatever. Okay. So
we just have to get that out there. That's fine. Right, so we're platforming you to complain about flow. That's fine.
All right. So I'm sorry. Let's get back on topic. I got a DM asking me like if I'd be. They said that somebody told me they had a gig for me. I was like, oh really? Like what's up? And they asked me my phone number. I gave my phone number. Then I got a fucking text from an Italian phone number asking me to do that. And like it kind of like
it was
shocking. Yeah. Like I don't know who sees what I'm doing. You know, I think everybody sees it, and I want everybody to see it. You know what I mean? But you
hope, but you never know, right?
Exactly. You know, like, and then when I spoke to these people on the phone, I was the production guy. I forgot his fucking name. I'm really sorry. But when I was talking to him, like I told him my story about how, you know, like my first real gig was working on Virgil's thing, and I've always wanted to like, you know, thank him for that, you know? And then he told me about how, you know, he started his production company because Virgil told him he should start a production company, and then has hired him for all his stuff ever since. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, and every other story I've heard about this man has been basically the same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Giving
like
people looks.
Giving people looks, like helping people out, you know what I mean? Like just being a generally really nice person. So
did you feel like a lot of pressure was on this one job to paint the storefront of Off-White?
To pay tribute, right?
Literally like 2 days after this man had passed.
Hell yeah. Yeah. You know, like I had a whole thing in my mind that I was gonna go do there. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do like this piece or whatever. And then I was like, yo, like this wall's pretty small.
Yeah.
And then also I thought like the better way to like tribute him as like a New York graffiti writer would be to do his throw up.
Right. And that's what you did.
And that's what I did. I did the Verge throw up. You know what I mean? Like I tried to.
Right.
Try to do it as best as I could. I hope it looks good. I think it looks good.
It's sick.
Thank
You're happy with it?
Yes, I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Seems like a lot of people are also just like, it's been resonating with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's like I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't know how to all right. It's an honor that they asked me to do that.
Sure.
It's amazing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to like really tie myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
not like
I really do admire that guy. Like that's like his whole thing is crazy. You know what I mean? Like on top of just being like a good designer, talented person, like fucking ill businessman.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that dude killed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
a genius in both arts and business.
Crew,
yeah.
like
Angelo didn't have to tell him to double his
right. He knew his
that whole crew, they all fucking killed it. It's amazing. You know what I mean? It's amazing to watch. You know what I mean? I'm really
Do you think you now have more opportunities because like Virgil has done what he did?
I don't know.
Just throughout the industry, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't want to say that. You know, like I think that there's always work. You know what I mean? There's always work out here. There's a lot of stuff. I think that now things are just a little different because of like Instagram and stuff. Like you get to see a lot more of things that are always going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you know, like I told you I used to paint at Goyard, right? And if I would have really like tried to turn that to a thing, you know what I mean? Like people would have like latched onto it and could have gotten popular off that. You know,
but you purposely didn't. I mean, we're gonna talk about that obviously, but
not even that I purposely didn't. I don't know. Like I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about it like that. I thought that would help me in my career, and I wasn't thinking of it on like a influencer.
Right.
Which I guess is like Virgil changed people's mindsets too. Like obviously, I think like if you could go back, maybe you wouldn't do anything different, but like now there is this other path, right? That you could have taken. Yeah. And I think he opened a lot of people's eyes to that kind of shit.
True.
How did you get connected with Goyard though? And like, what's like the tryout process there to be a fucking hand painter in the house?
Yo, that was fucking insane. Just luck, honestly. My girl's best friend Ryan. He's also a really good friend of mine. He's like a huge fan of Goyard and like a collector. He had a huge trunk and all types of shit and like bags and all that stuff. I'd seen Goyard before because like I'm from Spanish Harlem, which is right off the Upper East Side, and I've seen like older women carrying those bags, but I had no idea what the fuck that was. It was like some older woman luxury shit.
Yeah, some luxury bullshit.
Yeah, like whatever, right? And he really put me on to like what this brand is and like what it was, and then he found out that they were opening a store in Manhattan. And he got a job there. Like he was able to get a job as a salesperson. And he told me that there was a job for a painter and was like, yo, you should go apply.
Because everything is hand painted, correct?
Yes. Yeah, everything's hand painted. He told me I should apply, and then he kind of hooked me up with the interview. And the interview process was sick. I've never had a job interview like this before. Like,
what was it?
Yeah. All right. So basically when I saw, like when I started looking more into it, like when I heard about the job and started doing a little research on it, so I could have this
your due diligence. Yeah.
Know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right? Yeah. So, and I
saw old women walking around with this shit.
Yeah, I saw some old rich bitches with this shit. What's good?
And like mostly the studying I was trying to do was like on the letter forms, and because I've done a little sign painting, but I'm not like a professional at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I've tried it. Like I have a little bit of knowledge.
You're no Espo. See?
Whatever.
Graffiti. Graffiti knowledge.
Damn, this guy's so fucking cool, dude. You should have a podcast, man.
Espo's my boy, too. Shout out to him. But, like I've played around with like sign painting, but I wasn't like nice or anything, right? But I was like, all right,
that was your forte.
This out. Yeah. So when I started doing my little research, I'm looking at the bags and I was like, there has to be some sort of process they're doing because all this stuff is fucking perfect. You know what I mean? Like, how are they doing this? And pretty
mathematical.
So when I had the interview, I go to the store. The store hadn't been open yet. They were like still building it out. And I met with Remy Signoles, who is the son of Mr. Signoles, who's the owner of Goyard.
Goddamn.
They bought the company. I don't remember what year exactly they bought the company. But
what year is all this happening? Of you interviewing and getting connected with Goyard, if you can remember.
I haven't worked at Goyard for like 6 years.
Okay.
And I was there for about a year and a half. So what's that? You guys got to do that.
Oh. So 2013, 2014.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, in that realm. Right. So fucking yeah.
So you met with the dude's son.
I meet with Remy Signoles, and then the rest of the Signoles brothers were there as well. And I'm in a room with a bunch of guys speaking French.
Yeah.
And what was funny though is like when I walked into the room, me and Remy had on like the exact same outfit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What was it?
Like, it was like a fucking shawl neck Beretta sweater that I had. Like
it was 2013. Yeah. Sounds about right.
I love the Beretta store. We'll get into that too. Like, but the Beretta store is sick. Like it was a fucking shawl neck Beretta sweater with a fucking like blue button up underneath, and
you're on your interview shit
and a black scale hat. 2013.
Yeah, dude.
No black scale hat, but
no. It was Mishka, dude.
It was calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo.
The calm the fuck down beanie, dude.
And your Huff weed socks.
Yeah. So I sit with him, and basically, like it's like I don't really want to. I can't really like go into like their
sure. It's all proprietary, right? But did they have you doing like fucking doodles and arts and crafts and shit?
Basically, he painted a couple letters and then was like, "Do exactly what I just did."
Like monogram type shit.
Yeah,
okay,
he did like a monogram.
Was he
like,
nice with the fucking brush?
Nasty,
damn.
Right? Like so, he's like, he did one.
He was fucking
like,
raising it.
He's like, just do exactly what I just did.
Right.
It's like horse. It's like horse, but with
skate. So, like he showed me how to like keep it out and all that shit. And I did exactly what he did, but I had been practicing for about a week before. Like, cause I figured that they have to be taping this out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and then just from the pattern, like you can use the pattern to make sure that things are straight.
As like a guide, kind of like graph paper or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's like
math.
a grid. Yeah. It's like a grid in the pattern. You know what I mean? So you could use that to make the letters perfect and the right size and all that. So whatever. I had been practicing that for like a week. You know what I mean? So when I did it, mine was actually cleaner than his.
Ooh, damn, son. Damn, son.
It was fire because he was like, yo, like he turned around, talked to his brothers for like 2 minutes, looked at me, he's like, do you have a passport? And I was like, yeah. Like, yeah. And he's like, all right, well, we'll contact you in a couple days.
Oh, to fly you out to Francais?
I left that interview. I felt really good about the interview. I called the manager of the store, Olivier. I hit him up and it's like thanked him for the interview, whatever. And then they hit me back and they were like, they ran a criminal background check on me. And
how'd that go?
Yeah, was that clean?
It was pretty whack. No, it's not. Not clean. I had actually been arrested like maybe like a year before that, and that's so
for writing or
for graffiti. Right. And then he asked me, I was like, yeah, like
I'm an artist, bro.
Yeah, that was my whole thing. You know, like I don't hide my graffiti past. Like,
sure.
I think graffiti's cool. Like I think
it's like a strength, if anything, a feather in your cap.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like I'm a self-taught artist. You know what I mean?
Right,
like so like I learned everything I know from the street.
The city is
like,
my canvas.
Exactly. The world is my canvas.
Damn. Bars.
How many times have you been arrested for graffiti?
Too many. I don't even remember.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even remember. Like so many times. When I was a teenager, I used to get arrested all the time. It was very whack.
Right.
Yeah, like that in like the 90s, like, you know.
Did you have any like near death close calls? Like trying to do something a little too crazy?
From graffiti?
Yeah.
Not directly writing graffiti, but like as a result of.
Got it.
Right. Being in that world.
Like dealing with
beef with other crews and everything.
Yeah.
But never like falling off a high place or climbing a bridge or anything.
I'm not into climbing like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I was
afraid of heights?
Not that I'm afraid of heights. I don't think graffiti's worth dying for.
Right. It's not worth it.
And then like honestly, on some real shit too, like for you climbing up on some shit, like you get the same props doing that shit on the ground. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then like, I understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, you know, but I'm not into all that.
That's not for you.
Yeah, fuck all that.
So they did
after the criminal background check.
Yeah, after the background check,
the background check, you know,
which you begrudgingly failed.
He asked me about an arrest. I told him what it was. I was like, yeah, writing graffiti. You know, like it is what it is. You know, like, I was like, yeah, I got community service, you know. And then they fucking hired me. They flew me out to France. I went to Carcassonne for 11 days and I trained out there.
It's like a boot camp.
Yo, this shit was fire, man. Like that was the illest experience.
Was it like they wake you up at 5 and you just like do art for 14 hours? Like how does
pretty much. Yeah, like
you just have fantastic food.
Flew out to Paris. I didn't get to spend any time in Paris. I got right in a cab and went to Carcassonne. It was like a 3-hour drive to the south of France. And I was in a hotel right outside a fucking castle. The shit was insane. Like the hotel I was in, I was the only person in it.
What?
I was like, yeah, because it was like the off season.
Right.
It was wild. Yeah. It was the off season and no one's there because it's mad fucking cold. And I was bouncing around from room to room just because I wanted to see the whole hotel. Like, you know what I mean? And there was only one person working the hotel. And like she was mad cool. Like she actually gave me some fucking weed. She wouldn't even let me buy it. It was amazing. Wow. Yeah, it was sick. And like then I realized too, like when I was there, you know, like Goyard kind of like owns this town.
Right. It's their
so
shit.
Like everybody was just being as nice to me as possible because
you're a made man, like you're an employee. Yeah,
it was really dope. It was fucking sick. And I would train every day at Jebbia in a little workshop that was over a carriage house that had their fucking hunting dogs and shit. And shit was sick.
Right.
Like, it was just a really insane
it's the real
experience.
deal.
Yeah, like right over the like vineyard because there's a vineyard attached to Jebbia. And it's crazy.
So that's the whole time. The whole time we just like having an oh shit moment. You're like, I never thought that graffiti would bring me to the fucking south of France and staying in a castle.
Pretty much every day. I couldn't believe that shit. It was like a fucking fairy tale.
Right.
And it was and it was nuts. Like it was
Cinderella
really
story,
dude. It was really like a fairy tale. In the hotel had a fucking dog,
Spanish Harlem Cinderella,
and a cat that would like come hang out with me. I was like literally the only person in this place. The dog, and the cat would just come fuck with me.
It's literally a Disney movie, dude.
Through the window. It was wild. Like it was a wild experience.
You're talking to the furniture, thinking it's talking back. The weed is just laced with PCP.
The whole thing. I was like taking ill baths every night. Everyone had like big ass tubs and shit. I couldn't fall asleep, and I had to go to work. You know, it was crazy, man. It was really dope. And the woman I trained under, her name was Sophie. I cannot pronounce her last name ever. Like, but Sophie was really dope. And I trained under Sophie and Remy, and it was a kid named Brees. That he was the only one who spoke. He was the only one who spoke English. So he would like
he's like the translator or whatever
to me all day, and it was crazy. Like even just training under people who don't speak English as well. You know what I mean? It's just like what the fuck. But it was just all like just repeat what you see. Just do what you see here. You know what I mean? And that also
boot camp.
Yeah, you know, and
rote learning.
They're like turning you into a monogramming machine.
Yes, and
fucking RoboCop.
Before Goyard,
Goyard cop.
Yeah. And before Goyard, I credit them for actually giving me any real art training. You know, like I never went to art school. I went to, when I was in high school, I was in the art house of Washington Irving. You know what I mean? And I had like a couple art classes, but I never really went to school. And I didn't go to college, and I never took any art classes. Like everything I've done, like I said, I kind of like taught myself.
Yeah.
Or like just learned how to use things that people were using to write graffiti in a different aspect.
So in the Shaun Crawford Zuvi, sounds like the time at Goyard is like the montage where you're like training to become a real fucking.
It was a transformative moment in your life, clearly.
Yeah, it taught me a whole lot. You know, like the training taught me patience. Like painting a Goyard bag takes 3 days.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like one bag takes 3 days. Like you like prepping the bag, and then like when it's two colors, you know, you lay down one color first, then you lay down the second color the next day. And then the third day is any touch-ups that you would need to do. Like, you know, like if it's like leaking out or whatever.
Right.
Like, you, like
which never happened to you.
Yeah.
It happens all the fucking time. Yeah, I'm not perfect.
Well, okay. So from writing graffiti out of Spanish Harlem, you ended up in the south of France.
Yeah.
I'm talking about hitting people's radars. Another kind of like, oh shit moment. I think that a lot of people started to like know your name when you started on this color studies program with Arc'teryx.
Okay.
And just like the connection of this elite outdoors brand from Vancouver, Canada, and a graffiti artist from the Upper East Side, Spanish Harlem, like, why do you think that connection has just made so much sense?
Yeah.
As I don't know. Basically, you know, there's graffiti writers in all aspect of the art community.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they may not be the guys who are out like cutting people's faces and like fighting in the street all day, right? But it's like graffiti has a lot of different elements. You know what I mean? Like there's the guys who are out doing that crazy shit. There's dudes who are out writing every day, not doing that crazy shit. You know what I mean? There's the guys who don't ever go out and write, but they like practice a lot,
right?
Like in books, and they draw a lot. And I was one of those guys. Like I practice a lot. You know what I mean? I would just draw a lot in my house, and like that's always been my thing. I'd go outside too, but I was in between. You know, like when I really started going outside as a little kid, and I was like having my experiences with crime, you know, like writing graffiti and stealing.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. Just boosting,
yeah, like writing graffiti and stealing and shit. Like, you know, at first, you know, you start like boosting this steal paint and markers and shit. And then like when
the tools of the trade.
Yeah. And then when I started to like get clothes, like when I met like the RFC dudes and they put me on and like I started like stealing clothes, like I was like, I'm not stealing paint. Right. You know what I mean? And then like and then it transferred from like stealing clothes to like kind of stealing things to sell. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, I'm not gonna like waste my time like just stealing clothes when I can go out and get things to get money and then like buy what I want. Or like even still kind of finesse and like switch a tag or some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Things, you know, it's just like, you know, just weighing things out and trying to.
How do you guys first connect? How do you and Arc'teryx like first link up?
Okay. So first, you know, my first things of doing any altering Gore-Tex in any way was I was hand painting like the Gore-Tex army jackets. All right. My initial idea is I wanted to make a futuristic version of a souvenir jacket.
Okay.
You know, like I love those old bomber jackets with the paintings on the back, and I've always wanted one of those jackets, and like just never got one. You know, like I was like, how can I do something like that? I was gonna buy the leather jacket and paint it, and then I was like, actually, you know what? It would be cool if I did this on the Gore-Tex jacket because that's like actually my generation.
Sure. Yeah. More in your wheelhouse, like what you would actually wear.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And then I painted a couple of those and with Avi from Better Gift Shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
was he selling them through Better Gift Shop or is it just like
Nah, like I painted one first just for myself and like he saw it, a few people saw it and they were really into it. And he told me he had a thing coming up with Dover Street Market.
Yeah.
And if I would be interested in like putting the jackets in that presentation. Excuse me. Pardon me. And Avi basically like he bought a few of the army jackets and he had included a couple Arc'teryx pieces. Before that, I never had an Arc'teryx piece. You know what I mean? Like I've known about the brand.
You said North Face growing up, right?
Yeah, I was aware of the brand, but like I was always more of a North Face guy. You know,
all of New York was.
Yeah, you know, like I grew up.
That's like the writer's uniform was North Face, right?
Yeah, I grew up on that brand. Like as a kid, you know, like when I was a teenager, you know, I'm from Harlem and shit, and like the Harlem dudes, the thing that you get when you're getting any kind of money is you get a leather jacket. You know what I mean? You get like $1,000 leather jacket. And like, I like those jackets, but I don't love those jackets. You know, like, and I've always kind of tried to like be a little different than everybody on my block, right? And I got put on to like the Gore-Tex stuff, and I was just like amazed by the material. You know what I mean? Like that material is like a whole science thing. You know what I mean? Like, and then I got one. I think I stole my first North Face.
What was your North Face? What was your North Face of choice? Was it like the puffer? Was it like
bubble?
The steep tech?
I like everything. I never really liked the steep tech. I was more into the Jesus Christ, I can't remember like the models right now. Like I get scatterbrained with this type of stuff.
Well, whatever you're trying to steal, whatever you could steal.
Nah, I was into North Face Rage. That shit was fire, right? But that I think was when that was one of North Face's first experiments of not using Gore-Tex. It was a different material called Ultrex, which was a bootleg Gore-Tex.
Okay.
Like it was the same thing, right? But it was bootleg and it was made much cheaper because like all the people I knew who had Rage pieces, and then Spider used to use the Ultrex as well. And like all those shits kind of fell apart.
Right.
After
Spider?
Yeah, Spider was ill. And that shit was
That's crazy that you don't see that like popping up, like having a resurgence, right?
It's still
it's
a
like
brand.
it's such a ski brand to me, right?
Yeah,
like
I've been waiting years for Helly Hansen to come back. And it hasn't yet.
I feel like
Hansen makes really cool
yeah,
shit.
I feel like that shit. I think you might be bugging a bit.
I don't think it's like popped off or like had its moment back yet. There's a Helly Hansen store in Japan, kind of like North Face purple label, which is like Japan only.
Yeah.
Helly Hansen Japan only makes like very fire stuff.
Okay.
But it's Japan only, so it's impossible to get your hands on it.
Got it.
But okay, so Avi included some ARC in this Better Gift Shop DSM.
Yes.
And you were like exposed to it.
Yeah, and then he exposed me to it. We had painted I painted a few bags and stuff, and that all of that stuff did really well at Dover Street, and that actually helped get things rolling as well. Like that really helped.
It's another guy who platformed you, Avi, and like put you on and kind of opened up some doors.
Yes. Yeah.
So Arcteryx clearly saw this. Were they immediately like receptive and like thought it was cool? Or were they like, yo, stop fucking your shit up?
Stop ruining our
guy,
shit,
like,
what's funny is the creative director over there, Cooper.
Coop.
Like we
shout out
like,
Koopy.
Yeah, like we were like following
formerly
each other.
of 200 IG followers, now several thousand.
Yeah, by the way, Cooper, you're
pump.
fucking welcome, bro.
Me and Cooper have been like following each other on Instagram.
He's got great taste.
Long.
Like he knows what's good.
No, we have been following each other for a mad long time, and we have a lot of mutual friends. And
Was he was a skater, but he
was a skater.
He's in the mix. Like he knows a lot of writers that I know. Like he
was in New York for a long time.
He is attached to like the friend group of my boy Acne that passed away. My boy Josh Acne, rest in peace. Like, and he also introduced me to a million fucking people that I work with now, and like I know that's how I know Nick Atkins. Like I know him through Josh.
Each one teach one, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So Cooper saw this and was like, "Yo, this is fire," and he is bring that mindset to ARC where
I had no
other
idea
brands
what
like
Cooper did for a very, very long time. I didn't know.
I don't think he even knows.
Yeah, no, I didn't know he worked at Arcteryx.
Well, he's like humble about that, you know.
Before you didn't even know that he was so he was like a friend
before he
of a
was the CD or he was like the creative director.
I don't even fucking know. Like honest, this is the thing that I do too. You know, like I meet a lot of people and they have important jobs and but if you're cool and we just gel, and
you know,
I can talk
that's it doesn't matter. Yeah,
like,
for sure.
And if you have a terrible job like us, where we're fucking podcasting, but you still vibe, then like we're gonna be friends too.
Yes,
I think that's where a lot of like young people now fuck up. Where the first thing they want to know is like, what do you do, and like by design, what can you do for me? And that's the wrong way to meet people.
That's just whack. But you know what's really funny too is like I had like a really like kind of wild like fucking drug phase where I was just out every night and like wilding out and just partying all the
What was your drug of choice?
Molly
and
Angel Dust.
Hell yeah.
Together or separate or both?
Both.
Jeez.
but yeah, like I used to just like be out every night getting fucked up, and
that same about Cooper, he was also a fucking e-head. Like
no, I don't know Cooper
fucking
from like
the Dust Brothers, bro.
I know Cooper just like off the internet, you know, like from Instagram.
To be clear, Cooper not a drug addict.
That we know of.
Not yeah,
and if so, that's totally fine.
Shout out Koopy. It's all love, bro.
Anyhow.
But you were doing Dust.
Yeah,
shout out Gill Dog.
I used to get busy. I used to have a lot of fun. And you know,
ASAP Gills.
I would meet people, we'd be partying man hard, you know what I mean? And then like years later, when I got into this mix of just like, you know, like doing gigs and working for different companies and shit like that. Like all these people that I met in these parties all have jobs in this industry. And I'm like, and you have a fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, and then like we just, you know, like we're all
you
cool.
could have become a professional. If you're lesser character, you could become a professional blackmailer.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
You got that dirt. I got dirt on you, doggy.
You're too good.
Not even that I have like secrets on people, but like I just know people from clubs and parties and shit, like from the after hours.
Come
and
on.
shit like that.
And you're like, yo, you're a real person? That's crazy.
Yeah,
you're not a fucking demon.
Like, yo, you're alive and you have a job. Shit. Like, you know, like, I'm impressed.
You still got most of your teeth. Congrats.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, man.
All right, so Cooper hit you up and he's like, yo, I fuck with
Let's get back on track here.
No, he hit me up originally.
Or he's like, yo, C&D, motherfucker.
He hit me up to do some t-shirt designs at first, right? And
for ARC.
Yes. And when I was talking to him about doing the t-shirt designs, like I just was like, yo, like I love Arc'teryx, but the shit is like mad white bread. Like, what's up? Like, I would like to do more than just make t-shirts, right? And I was like, all right, I'm down to do the t-shirts, but like, how about I had pitched doing like a little pop-up at like Procel and shit. I was like, yo, like let's do a thing at Procel. We could fill the whole fucking store with jackets because it's small, and it'll look really fucking crazy. And then like he was into it, and we were talking about it, going back and forth, and then the pandemic hit. Right. And then he was like, yo, you know, like everything's on hold. And I was like, yo, I already knew that. You didn't have to tell me that shit.
I also live on Earth, bro.
Yeah. And no, and then he like looked out. He gave me like a crazy like discount code, and I bought a bunch of shit.
What was it? Is it still active?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a one-time only?
It had a time limit. And
Coop, you got to hit this man with a lifetime.
Yeah, come on, man.
No, it was lit.
Shaun Crawford 40 at checkout.
And I was like hanging out in New Hampshire for a few months, like in the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I was wearing all that stuff and just like having fun with it or whatever. And he flowed me a bunch of stuff too. And then he came back to me and was like, hey, you know, like we were talking about, like in the office, we've been talking about the thing that you were proposing and that we've expanded on it and we're going to make it a whole artist series. And we would like you know, like to represent New York. Right. And I had a idea what I wanted to do. And then he told me everybody else who was going to be involved. Right. So since I knew Cheeto was going to be involved, right. I fuck with Cheeto. I like him a lot. Like I know him through Nick as well. Mad cool kid. I really like that dude. So I knew he was going to be painting the jackets. Right. So I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to do the exact same thing. Then I knew Avi,
like he's like tagging, like straight up tagging jackets.
Yes, and I knew that Avi was going to, what he was going to do, you know, because I spoke to him.
He was doing the embroidered shit with the homies in Japan.
With AOI,
I forget what
AOI
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like, so he let me know what he was working on. So I was like, I had an idea that was similar because, you know, like I work with embroidery as well. Right. So I was like, damn, I can't do that.
He scooped you.
Yeah.
Scoop me. Right. And then, so then like, you know, like I kind of got an idea of what everybody was doing. Like, so then I was like, damn, like what can I do
to differentiate,
you know, like, and, you know, I really love like the dye thing comes from me making ink.
Okay.
Well, you know, like,
which has been something you have been doing since when?
Like, honestly, like since I really first started writing graffiti.
Like,
yeah.
So
this, like 12.
So this was really truly rooted in your like, early graffiti.
Yeah. Like
days.
this, yeah. In essence, it comes from that. You know what I mean? Like,
this was meant to be.
Yes. Yeah. And also, you know, like, it's funny. Like I've been trying to do tie-dye for maybe 9 years, you know what I mean? Like, and
you've been in the lab just like trying to perfect it,
yeah, like trying to get it right, you know, like, cause you know, you see when you go like you see like the cool like Grateful Dead shirts and shit, and they like have like all this intricate shit going on with it. I'm like trying to figure out how do you do that, right? You know what I mean, like, and then I was using like bullshit dyes for a long time, so I wasn't really getting what I wanted out of it. And then I found what I needed, you know what I mean, like, and I just started like rolling from there. And there's a company downtown Manhattan called Aljo. They're on 49 Walker Street. Yo, this place is sick. Like they have dye for everything, like for anything that you could ever think of. Like
that's what they specialize in.
It's a whole dye spot. It's a very old school space. It's two older people that run it, Herb and his wife, Robin, and they're super cool. They'll like talk. If you spend $20 in there, they'll talk to you for 2 hours about dyeing. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah.
And like and actually I really like these people. Like in the time that I've been going there, they won't sell me anything they don't think I can use.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Which is
that's
dope.
Real customer service, bro. They're not trying to fleece you or whatever.
Not at all. You know what I mean? Like I'll go in there and I'll ask a question. They're like, "Oh, you're not ready for that yet." You know what I mean?
That's above your pay grade, son.
Fucking hilarious.
That's Charizard only.
Yeah. Like, basically, I went in there. I started getting like cotton dyes, and then I started showing them some of the stuff that I was doing, and they were like, "Oh, that's really good." And they were like, "Oh, you should try this. You should try that." And then And, like it's just been elevating. And then basically the first thing I did was I tie-dyed those rugs that I had in the Pentas.
You guys are fire.
Thank you. And the same process.
Let me get one.
You can buy one.
That's what I meant. let me acquire one through a monetary transaction.
You can talk behind the scenes about that. Basically, I came up with a process to do that because before I did that, I met the guy, my boy Marco from Noreen Seabrook, right? I was introduced to him by Baron Von Fancy. Gordon, who is my boy. I love Gordon. Gordon, basically, it's fucking insane. Like Gordon and Barry Bob. You guys know Barry Bob?
Yeah.
Oh my
Legend.
God. Love those dudes, right? And it's really funny, like they've done a lot of stuff with dye and a lot of different experiments and stuff. And everything that I've, they'll be working on some shit. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I have like these ideas in my brain, like, oh, I should try to do this. And then I'll see them do the exact thing that I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? Like, it always fucking happens. And they're always doing it at a really high level and making really fire shit. And it's really cool. Right. But I love those guys and they always share information with me too if I ask them.
Right.
And I was trying to make rugs. And I was gonna make like the rugs that you would see like in the grocery store, like those rubber ones and shit like that. And I was looking at that, and that stuff is a lot more expensive than you would think.
Okay.
And then like when I was in the companies I was looking at, like I was trying to source it out, and the places I was looking at didn't even look that good. And then I saw Gordon made like some really cool fucking rugs. But Gordon is very wealthy, and I was very scared to even talk to these people who make fucking rugs. Right. But I was doing a job. Doing a Beats gig. I was painting a window at ProCell for Beats. This dude, Marco, walked by, took a photo of me.
Okay.
Painting the window. I saw on Instagram that he posted me taking. I was like, dude, that's me. And then he was like, oh shit. And I actually went to his office and I went and spoke to him and we hit it off. And I met his dad and I met his mom and they're great fucking people. And they really look out for me and they made me a rug. And then first though, Marco had a big white wool rug that he got ink on it.
Okay. Like he like was fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked it up, right? And then it's like, yo, like how can we save this rug?
Yeah,
and I was like,
that shit.
More ink.
Yeah, and he was like, yo, let's do
lean
something
into the
on
skid, dude.
So my first idea, I was gonna try to paint it like with acrylic paint, like
paint the rug.
Yeah, get like acrylic spray paint and paint something on it, right? And I was like, nah, fuck that. Like, why don't we try to tie dye this rug, right? So we did it on the roof of his old office on like 27th Street. It came out really cool, but it didn't give me the exact color that I wanted. And then we sold that fucking rug, and we sold it for a really good price, right? You know what I mean? The football player Ronnie Stanley bought it.
Oh shit!
Actually, yeah, it's in his crib, right? Like, yeah, who's mad cool too. Love that dude, right? So from there, I was trying to like perfect, perfect
the process.
Shit.
That was just V1.
Yes, and then luckily sold. Like I've been very lucky in that too. Like I'll try new things and the second or third one will end up somewhere really cool.
But there's always a process in developing the technique.
Yeah.
When it goes like the material, the ink, the dye, and the actual process of whether it's Gore-Tex, whether it's a fucking rug.
Yes.
You always that's the time and skill that you put into it.
So how do you go from perfecting the rug dyeing to then tie dyeing fucking Arc'teryx jackets?
It's kind of the same principle.
Yeah.
Like it's like it works the same way without like
some rich guy got ink on his fucking
on his arc.
I was gonna throw this out.
Save this dead bird.
I have paint on everything that I own. You know what I mean? Like it's just part of it. It's I don't give a fuck. Like you know what I mean? Like I like to.
You're doing Carhartt shit, like you said.
I like to like live in expensive stuff. You know what I mean? Like it should get fucked up if it's yours. You know what I mean? Like
and if you wear it, if you're not precious,
exactly.
It's built Crawford tough.
Yeah, indeed. Right? Exactly. Nah, but the same process that I use for the rugs, I use for the jackets, and I tried it. It fucking worked. You know what I mean? Like I've been very, very lucky. Like I try things out. Like I'll get these ideas, like I'll try to work them out in my brain. I don't really take too many notes, but then I'll try it out and either it works or it doesn't. And about 95% of all the things I've been trying.
How many ARC jackets did you like fuck up to get to what?
None.
Ultimate? Really?
None of them got fucked up.
Damn.
Like, no, actually, you know what? There was all right. There was one run that I did. No, like I tried to like tie them up and I tied it a little too tight.
Okay.
And it just, the dye just didn't go where I wanted it to go. It was only in like one section of the jacket and the rest of it was just blank. But it worked. It stuck to the jacket. You know what I mean? And then from there I was like, okay, I could do it like this.
So what have you done with Arc'teryx? You've done like 2 or 3 workshops. Like
I did the there was the artist series, and I was the New York representative.
Okay.
That was last year, and then this year
what's next?
Well, I'm trying. You know what I mean? Like, you know, fingers crossed. You know,
Coop.
You know, everybody.
Dom.
Yeah. Approve.
Green light, go.
Yeah, like right now I'm trying to take the color studies series on the road and go to all the like important
Texting Cooper right now.
Oh, good. Go to all the like
him
important Arc'teryx cities. Like go to London, go to Vancouver, go to Toronto, go to LA, go to San Francisco. You know, I want to go.
You want to take the show on the road?
Yes, I want to go everywhere where people really love Arc'teryx.
Sure.
You know what I mean, like I want to go to all those places.
Make sure this is an Angelo Bakke moment. Make sure you put first class travel.
Yeah. Let's get this man in business class, dog.
You heard.
So that's your plan moving forward. That would be the dream.
Yeah.
How the Arc'teryx relationship could like go global.
Yeah. And then the way I want to expand on it is like not just color studies. I want to do crafting studies.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Where
yeah, what would that look like?
Basically, I would like to do like 3 different crafting classes centered around Arc'teryx product and stuff.
Is that like patchwork kind of stuff, or would that be?
I'd like to do something involving patchwork.
Okay.
I'd like to do a printing class, and then we could also do the dye again.
Sick.
You know what I mean? Because that's fun. You know what I mean? Like, and I have a few ideas. I don't want to.
Arc'teryx, if you're listening,
but it'll work.
Green light
it'll
this
work.
shit.
It'll be very sick.
When we saw you at at the Rebirth place most recently, that just opened, you were kind of like not. I don't want to say cagey, but like you have a proprietary dyeing technique, and you don't want to like give the sauce away for free. Yeah. How much are you like willing to like put the fucking process out there when you would if you would do these workshops?
Well, I can show you how to print. I can show you how to dye. You know what I mean? Like you just got to figure out. Everything else.
Everything else.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you like the starters.
Right.
Like, I'll have no problem like sharing.
You'll lead a horse to water.
Right. You know, like
you can't make him tie dye.
Basically, what I'm doing is not unheard of or undone, but I came up with my own way of doing it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't want to
and it looks
spill
the best.
that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
In addition to Arc'teryx, you also contribute a lot of design work and art to Supreme.
Yeah, baby.
So can you just walk us as much as you can? Like, how does it work with like getting direction from them, submitting your designs, like from fucking, you know, that's the bolts. Like
as a freelance contributing artist,
as a contributor.
Okay. So they'll ask me for different things all the time. Like I work very closely with my boy Nick, and sometimes they'll be like, "All right, we're working on coats. What do you got for coats?" Yeah, you know I mean, like
it's kind of just like an open-ended thought starter, and it's like,
what are your ideas for coats? Send us some coats.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, talk to us about coats.
That's it. They're not like there's no like, hey, we're looking at reference pieces from like 1992. Nothing like that. Sometimes, it's really open ended.
Sometimes it's like that. Yeah. Sometimes it's really open ended, but then I get direction because like I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Please go on.
Ill to work with because he works very fucking hard and he makes no excuses. And this dude has an art career. He has his career designing there, and he just helps a lot of people do a lot of shit. He's an amazing person that I learned a lot from.
When they select something yours that they do want to include, like, is it like a yes moment? And then when they shut you down, how do you handle that rejection?
Honestly, you know what? The shutdown, I used to get like really like
tight.
Oh, like damn, why the fuck not? You know what I mean? But like now,
fuck
like, nah, like all of this shit is
take the shit to Palace.
I'm just like honored that anybody wants to work with me at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Like for real. And I'm very lucky I get to work at these like tiers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, we're talking Arc and Supreme. This is A1, bro. There's nothing like, above that, you know?
Pretty much. You know what I mean? Like the only thing I could possibly do is start my own shit. You know what I mean? And I would love to do that, but that takes so much
Crawford worldwide, bro.
Time and effort.
Global.
And I would love to do that. And maybe we could work that out.
Are we going to see anything from Crawford worldwide anytime soon? While we're talking about it?
In all honesty, like I've been trying to like refocus and do a lot more paintings.
Sure.
Like
versus like tees and like hats and stuff like you've done in the past.
I'm still, like I still take on the gigs. Like if somebody hits me up, like I'm like, oh, this is a brand that I'm into. Yeah, I'll work with them. You know what I mean? Like, and also, like I'm just trying to work. I don't know how to. I never have a plan.
Right. That's pretty clear.
To get better with that. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to like right now.
And you know what? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Right. Yeah.
Fail to plan to fail.
Like I don't even want to say that I don't have a plan, but like 'cause I do have a loose plan that I'm trying to like put together. But right now I'm really just trying to work on doing like concentrate and make some paintings and do a lot more of my own artwork and like get that going. because like I've gotten some momentum there.
Because you don't got to split that revenue with anyone.
Yeah, right.
I'm just thinking like a fucking.
If I'm with a gallery, I have to split it with.
Right, like a diehard capitalist.
Yeah.
What has Supreme done recently that's like really moved your dick?
I really like the Missoni things. I love.
Oh
Missoni.
yeah.
I'm like
I was a
obsessed
heater
with Missoni. I love that.
Do you own a lot of Missoni?
I don't own a lot. I have a couple of pieces that are very, very, very special to me. Like
I think Missoni's underrated too because they do amazing furniture, bro. They do like crazy shit.
Yeah, like
Didn't they do the interior of Quincy Jones's crib?
Yes. He was like he's still alive, right? He's obsessed with Missoni, and I think GQ did a whole thing where like they like basically he has I don't know if it's his whole crib or a room, but all Missoni interiors that's fucking dope, furniture and everything.
Like I'm up on the furniture and the bedding from what's the name of it? ABC Carpet. I used to like when I was a teenager, I would like smoke blunts in front of my high school and then go to ABC Carpet to like cut class and just like touch things.
Have you been to ABC Carpet recently? It is not looking good.
It's over. It's a wrap for them. They're done.
It's just the restaurant and then like.
No, the restaurant is good.
Yeah. The restaurant's good.
The cocina?
Crazy shit. You know some nutso shit like that they've been in business for over 100 years.
What?
Renting that place.
Really?
Yeah, they don't own that building. They've been renting that building for over 100 years.
What's that rent control?
Yeah. Bro, it's crazy. I don't know what the
100 years.
Yeah, like 100 years.
Damn, that's some like back in like gangs in New York. Fucking
it's
shit.
Fucking nuts. And like now they're going away, which is sad because that's a dope store.
So you mentioned like the Missoni thing. One thing that I know that James and I both love is the cardigan that you fucking dyed. And I obviously it's super. You're welcome. It's super flattering. Like you're saying, like for Supreme to reach out and fuck with you. But what is it like seeing the next level, like a piece of yours sell out and seeing a kid wear it on the street? Like, is that even another level of like validation?
So or it's so dope. It's fucking ill. Cause like
do you go to them like, yo,
I made that.
Nah.
Let me sign it. Let me sign it.
I do just smile.
Like, James Jebbia is black? No.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, little known fact. James Jebbia's black as hell, bro.
Oh my God. Yo, when I see people wearing this stuff, it's really cool. Like it makes me feel good. And like when I see people like people tag me and stuff, because I talk about it. There's a lot of people who design for Supreme. It's
like,
not.
Do they keep it like under wraps? Did Supreme want you to keep it under wraps?
Are they cool with you? Kind of like, not that you're shouting from the rooftops, but like that's how I know what you're making is you.
They keep giving me work, and James started calling me by my name.
Oh,
so
big fucking flex alert.
I think it's okay.
That's cool. Oh, so he's like, what's up, Shaun?
Yes.
Black James Jebbia knows your name.
Black JJ.
James Jebbia, a black man.
Yeah. That's fire, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool.
Wait, so how long has the relationship been with Supreme? I feel like it's been only a couple years, right?
Yeah, only a couple years, but
because you've done what, graphics for tees?
Yeah.
You've done
for tees, the sweater,
a baseball shirt.
Baseball shirt. What else? The snowman hoodie that just
came out. Right, yeah,
and and then also like with that too, it's like that. Supreme is dope, man. Because like,
agreed.
There's mad people in there working, mad super talented people working there all day, and then like all the
that's why it's Supreme, bro. Because they hire good people, and like whether it's a freelancer like you or your boy Nick who's fucking tapped in.
Like I'll give them a drawing, and then when I see what they do with it, it's like
elevated on another level.
Fire. The sweater that just came out, that was like a combination of 3 different sweaters. Like I had made like when I started doing those rugs, like I was like, all right, I figured out how to dye the wool. I started doing I did a couple fisherman sweaters, and they bought one off of me, and then I submitted another 2, and then they kind of put them all together.
They Voltroned it up into
and it came out, and it was that. You know what I mean? Like, and it's fucking sick.
I mean, that was that's one of the best pieces in the whole season. And that cardigan sold out. Like, I was out of here, bro.
They killed it. You know what I mean? And it's not just me. It's a collaborative effort. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I do submit things, but then sometimes they add to it, and it's just
do you get to request like whatever you want and get flow team? Is that like one of the perks of like being in the inner circle?
Yeah, they hook it up.
Sick.
They hook it up, and then in the pieces that you make, they give you
a
certain number of those too. Which
hell
is
yeah.
Yeah, and I get to give those out as gifts.
All right, well, we'll be looking forward to a cardigan next season for sure, dude.
No,
hell yeah, dude. Thank you, Shaun. Let me thank you in advance, bro.
We talked about art, Goyard, Supreme. We've also we talked about Nike, we worked with Bape, BBC. Is there a dream brand that you'd love to work with one day?
Yeah.
I want to work with Goyard.
Oh, again.
Oh, kind of like
take it back full circle.
On some Virgil shit, kind of like close that loop.
Yeah, not for them, with them.
Yeah, I want to work with them. I don't want to work for them. I want to work with them. Yeah.
Will they always have like a special place?
I'll never work for anyone again.
Fuck yeah. That. That's a fucking bar, dude.
Was that the last time you worked for somebody? Was Goyard?
Yeah. Yep. was the last time I had a job.
That's the thing that
like 6 years ago.
Lawrence and I, we've worked for ourselves for coming up on 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and
dope.
I think it's
It's
like
the only way to fly,
No,
baby.
it's dope and it
really
feels
is.
good,
It's
too.
priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels
You
really
can't
good.
put it down.
Like,
It's
like, don't
invaluable.
get me wrong. Like, I'm not fucking rich or anything like that, but like, yo, I can like pay my bills now and like actually take a cab. This shit is fucking great.
Right. Though we are reimbursing you, as we said.
All good. Yeah, I'm taking the black home. I told you that.
It is a big rip to Uber Pool.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I mean? Like, I could like pay my bills and not really like think about it too much. And shit is just great, man. It feels really good. You know, like I don't really know how to like yo, I'm just grateful.
Right.
As a working artist, was there ever like a
Hashtag
moment where
blessed.
you kind of had to, where you had your artistic ambitions were in doubt? Were you like, yo, I don't know if I can make it?
Yeah.
I'm always in doubt.
Every day?
Yeah, I'm always in doubt. You just gotta get past that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like a thing that I realized a while ago, right, is okay. So I've been around a long time. I'm 43 years old, right? I've been hanging out downtown since I was 12, 13, right?
Seen it all.
Seen it all, right? And throughout all of that, there's always like these people that you're like, oh, this dude fucking sucks. Fuck this guy, right? And you see them all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you see
Yeah, you see a lot of them in New York, bro.
And they're like eager and shit, and they're annoying or whatever, right? And then you see those people like 10 years down the line, and they're fucking killing it, right? And you're like, yo, why? How's this dude doing anything?
Yeah,
Like,
that guy turned out to be Mike Bloomberg.
Yeah,
That's Giuliani, bro.
There's a lot of these people. There's a lot of these people, right? You know what I mean? And then as in maturing, I'm like, okay, like those people, not that they're focused, but they're really enthusiastic about certain things,
Sure.
and they stay on that thing forever. You know what I mean? And they've literally been working at it for 15 years while you're talking shit about them.
Well, it's like also with age, you move past the hater mentality where it's like, don't be worried about what another man is doing. Focus
Exactly.
on yourself. That's why those guys are where they're
I
at.
started
versus
minding
you.
my own business. Oh man,
There you go. Yo, honestly, if you're listening at home, mind your fucking business.
mind
Turn
your
this
business.
off. Mind your fucking business. We already got the download.
Don't worry about me, brother.
Yeah. Don't watch me watch TV, dog.
Yeah.
As a man, why are you listening to another man talk about his life?
As a man, why you listen to another man talk about his life?
Okay, so you want to work the Goyard.
Do you have ideas of what the Goyard link up could be? Like this is something that you've been thinking about for the past 6
The man
years?
can't give out the sauce right
Well,
now.
I'm just wondering.
Tons
just
of
generally.
them, tons
Yeah.
of them, but I wouldn't go.
Have you reached out or is that
I'm still in contact.
okay? All right.
With-
I mean, that would be
With
fucking.
Brice and Remy and
No, I'm still in contact with Remy. Yeah, I'll send him an email and he actually answers me, which is awesome.
That's fire.
yo, if Remy's listening,
Yo, fingers crossed. That would be fucking sick.
No, what was funny too is
if
like,
Remy's listening, please send through two.
Yeah, I would love a wallet,
You know
bro.
what was ill? Like, all right, so Remy would also pick me up from a hotel every day and drive me.
From the fucking castle.
Oh, so you guys got to obviously know each other and form
So I
a
was,
real
like,
bond.
talking to him every morning.
What was he
and, like,
whipping?
Yeah. Oh man, he had like a crazy Audi.
Okay.
Yeah, like he had a sweet Audi. Like it was pretty sick.
The transporter,
And
bro.
and he was really into Supreme.
Oh shit.
It was mad funny. Like,
I mean, who isn't, right?
He
But
told
yeah.
me that he lived in DR for a while and used to surf out there, and it was also like in New York a lot and was really into Supreme. And,
Damn.
like I had like a bunch of Supreme hats and shit when I was out there, and I was like, yo,
Oh,
if
you-
you want anything,
Yeah.
Do you ever
Let
put him
me
on?
know.
You ever
I'll
put
make
him
it
on
happen.
flow?
Yeah, did you send him like cardigans and shit?
we never got to that.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
all
But
right.
like he, I want to. I definitely want to.
If you have extras after us, you should absolutely hook them up. I think that'd be chill, dude. That'd be cool.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So Goyard is on your dream list to work with, but
that'd
in
be
terms of
fucking
just
sick.
like, if you had to do a Mount Rushmore brands, your top 4 brands
Unranked.
that you could only wear for the rest of
Yeah.
your life, unranked.
Oh,
What are those
damn.
4?
I don't know, man. Like I go back and forth all the time. Like
But where we at today?
Supreme's got to be on there, right?
Supreme, of course. You know what I mean? I really love Missoni, so
Okay, there you go.
Missoni every day. I would wear that shit every single day. Like,
Some-
there's so
some-
many pieces I would wear it every
Some
day. I
Sony
love it.
panties,
Yeah, silky, dude.
We need the silk boxes.
cashmere on the
We need
nuts.
The silk Missoni boxes for sure.
Got my dick ensconced in cashmere.
What else? What else? What else?
Ralph?
Love Ralph. Ralph is good. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to shit on Ralph. Like, you know what I mean? That shit is dope.
He's unimpeachable.
It introduced me to luxury clothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
The
it's-
lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I used to be really into low. I used to be like on low life type
Oh,
shit
shit.
and all that, like wearing guessing low head to toe.
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean? Shout out to my man Sacklow, Ian Reed.
Is Arc on there?
Arc'teryx, of course.
Which okay, so we got Supreme, Missoni.
I really wanted that
Arc'teryx.
Jill Sander Arc'teryx.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yo, what happened?
You and me both, brother.
God damn, that
were you
so fire? Yo.
Hold on. Of all the people in the Arc family,
fire.
Of all the people in the Arc'teryx universe and family, I figured that you would be on fucking seating list tier 0. No,
Yeah.
It's okay.
When we were out to dinner, there were some rumblings and grumblings that some things were going to be falling into everyone's lap that's sitting right here, right now. And here we are, Arcless.
Jillless.
Well, I'm not.
Jillless.
I'm not Arcless. I'm Jillless.
Well, no. We're not Arcless, and we appreciate all of our Arc. But
all right, so who's in that
Jill
fourth rare slot? Is it Nike?
Yeah.
I like Nike sneakers. I don't like Nike's gear.
Is it your own
Most of the gear
shit?
is bad.
Yeah.
My own stuff. Yes. My own stuff on an elevated level. Yeah, you know
That's a worldwide, global.
Oh, and oh man, I really like engineered garments.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on,
I love
bro.
engineered garments. That shit's dope.
When you worked with the Penthes, like,
Yeah.
did you get? Was that the first time you kind of got tapped in the hole in the Penthes
Yep.
umbrella?
Yep. It's crazy.
Did you fall in love immediately? I mean, we are big.
Angelo from the Pentas hit me up.
Urrutia.
Yes. How do you pronounce his last name?
Urrutia?
Oh, okay.
Urrutia?
Yeah. I love him. That's my boy. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing your last name correctly, Angelo.
Oh.
I love you, bro. You're the illest. He hit me up.
Friend of the pod.
He hit
4S
me up.
Designs.
Yeah, like yes,
To the
4S
moon.
Designs, to the moon. 4S Designs, which stands for seed, showing some samples. But
All right, we're on the same page here, bro.
Angelo hit me up. He had hit me up through Avi actually, and was like, "Yo, like I'd like you to have a show at the Pentas." And originally I was gonna do like paintings, and I just completely switched it all up and just did all like upholstery work, just
Right.
like I don't even want to call it upholstery work. I did. I made those big pillows, and then I made the rugs and stuff, and I showed the big devil rug that I sold, which is fucking awesome. And like I ended up selling a lot of those pieces after.
What's the most you've ever sold something for? If I may be so gauche as to ask that question.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to get into that.
It's gotta be like
but my pricing is
8
good.
figures. 7. 6.
Soon.
Soon come.
Soon come.
2022.
As an artist,
Yeah.
and as someone that's very online and sees everything Art Basel's happening right now, like, have you ever had any fucking desire to join that orgy of just like unbridled consumption?
If I was invited, I would 100% show there.
Just to show.
To show. Yeah, you got to show. You know, like people, if a gallerist, if it's a reputable gallery that I know actually sells work.
Right.
So like as an artist,
I would show with them.
As an artist, do you like playing ball, like kind of entering the circuit and like having to go through the motions of like, whether it's galleries, whether it's buyers, whether it's
Again, I've been very, very, very lucky, very blessed. I've only really worked with one gallery, and that's been Anthony Gallery, owned by Easy Otobar, who has been excellent to work with. Excellent. You know what I mean? Like he did every single thing that he said he was going to do.
Sick.
And is that rare in the art world?
Hell yeah.
Well, he's like, I mean, speaking of like the Virgil orbit and like how those guys have changed the game, he's like an art outsider, like doing it like right.
Is it normally like people just
he's in the
scamming
mix, and he's doing very well. He's getting it.
That's in Chicago, the gallery. Yeah.
But typically, if somebody is an artist and they're kind of entering the circuit, like, are you dealing with like scammers and thieves and pimps and crooks and
yeah. You know,
so it's just like fashion.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like, it's salesmen.
It's like music.
Salesmen sell you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They
So
sell you a dream, bro.
And then, you gotta like,
who's selling who?
yeah, like I guess it's only how you think about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm very passionate about the work that I make, and I love my art, but like I also know that, all right, I have in my mind, right? Like I learned a long time ago that everything that you don't fucking need is a luxury. You know what I mean? So like I'm in the luxury goods business. You know what I mean? No one needs anything that I make.
Right.
At all. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody needs any of this shit at all. Like they don't need any of my art. They don't need anything, but they want it.
Sure.
And they're into it. You know what I mean? So you got to get somebody to sell it. You know what I mean? Like you can't do all that shit. You know what I mean? Like you can do a lot of the work yourself. You know what I mean? You can do it. I've been able to sell work on my own, but you can get somebody to help you and they can elevate.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Help elevate.
You need the support system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like
we're talking about this whole platforming, right? That's kind of
it's completely possible to do it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and you can make it happen. It's a lot of work.
yeah.
Not that we know what we're talking about when I ask this question, but have you ever considered NFTizing your work?
No. Nah.
What do you think of the NFT boom?
It's a fucking scam wrapped in another scam. That shit is bullshit. I don't fuck with that. Like, I think
Especially your shit is so tactile, right? And like,
like it's
At the same time, though,
I get selling ideas, You know what I mean? I get that. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. That shit is.
All I'm gonna say is that
everything I've
because
seen has been goofy, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, and there's things that make
you're not
sense.
fucking with the bored apes.
That shit is awful. Fuck that shit. That
Kicked
shit,
out of the yacht club, dude.
It's just fucking ugly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I was buying it for the art sake of it.
I get Damien Hirst doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Damien Hirst actually has a fucking audience and sells a lot of work. And if you can buy a Damien Hirst for $1,000,
right, you do it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Makes fucking sense, sure. Right? But, you know what I mean? Like, all right, I have a small audience. Like, how much am I going to sell this shit for?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I don't have like I don't know if I have a crypto audience that will like help boost the shit. Because that's what that shit all is. It's just like, dudes boosting a thing. You know what I mean? Like
wheeling and dealing crypto.
I people like if I'm an artist, right? And like I'm having trouble selling my art, but like all my bros and me have crypto,
right?
We can elevate my art through that, and then maybe
you can inflate value into it.
Yep.
Yes, and then maybe get it.
It's artificial.
Going. You know what I mean? But then that's like a whole other thing. Like, yo, you could be doing that shit with your real art, man. Like,
right.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's just. And everything I see is just whack. The shit's just bad. I'm sorry.
I'm not being a proponent of it.
I have a friend who makes some pretty cool ones, but I don't know. I'm not into it.
You're not into it, yeah.
I'm not into it.
Personal choice.
You are set up, though, I think, quite well. If you wanted to get into it with the characters that you have, right? Like Driprich or like the Universal Greetings people.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are all characters that people could like collect and like buy into this like universe of like, you know, anamorphic fucking beings.
And then also that shit is like, also like really environmentally bad.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it takes mad energy to make that shit.
To make the NFTs, yeah.
I am really into making less and making that more valuable.
Let's talk about that. Is that like as part of the Rebirth Arc'teryx, like what part of that kind of speaks to you and how does that intersect with your art?
I think it's really dope to you know, like take the old pieces and make something new out of it. Yeah, the upcycling part. I'm really into that. I think that's really cool.
Keep that footprint small.
Yeah, you know, like in whatever you can do to like help the environment, you should be doing it.
Right.
Straight up. You know what I mean? Like my whole thing is I like to make less. Like I kind of am trying to follow like Goyard's model. You know what I mean? Like make really quality pieces. Don't really be on some like advertising it even, you know what I mean?
Like it speaks for itself.
Yeah, like let it speak for itself. I do advertise because I'm on Instagram heavy, you know what I mean? Like that's what I use Instagram
That's
for.
your platform, of choice.
You know, but you know, like just not chasing a thing. You know what I mean? Like
you have a clear vision of what you want to be as an artist.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then like basically I see things like, all right, I'd like to add Capital to that list of brands.
Oh, sure, totally.
I really like Capital. Like, and I like Capital.
Their dye work is fucking next level.
Yeah, that shit is dope. Like, I'm like just inspired by Capital.
Right.
Like, anytime I have like some money, like this shit is really funny. Like, I'll get it, like say I get a job, do good, make some money. I'll go to a store to go buy some Capital and I'll like touch it and I'll just like, oh, I want to buy this so bad. And I just never buy it and I go home and I make something.
Right. So you're like getting inspired to go home and do it, but you're not pulling the trigger.
You know what you got to do?
Yeah, it's too expensive. It's too much. If I had someone in Japan that could hook me up, then
you
I
need
would
a proxy, bro.
You know what you got to do? You got to get yourself to Japan.
Yeah.
Maybe you take a cargo ship there because you don't want to fly there for the environment. And go to the Capital stores there. One, because it's fucking a lot cheaper than it is here.
Yeah.
That's a lot cheaper. There's like a fucking, I don't know, there must be like a capital tariff in like the US government economy or whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And also I'm sure that you'll be just
tax.
hella inspired by the fucking actual retail experience you'll have in all three stores in Tokyo.
Like oh my God, it would be a dream to like go to their mill and like see what these dudes do. Like, you know what I mean? Like watching, like see the denim be made, watch them paint that shit and all that. I would love, that would be amazing to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm really into that. I want to see how you make this stuff. I want to get into it. I want to get my hands dirty.
As someone that paints on, or you know, one of the things you do is paints on clothing. Were you ever into Evisu jeans?
Yes and no. Yes, that. All right. So when that whole wave was going on and like the whole like sneaker thing kind of exploded, the whole resale market and all that, I completely checked out.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about any of that shit. Like I'd like the early, like Supreme and all that stuff. I just did not care.
Yeah,
right.
I don't like that shit is just too much for me.
What was the last pair of sneakers you really lusted after and maybe like paid extra for, whether on resale or like you had to jump?
Paid resale for sneakers ever.
I like that. A man after my own heart. Yeah, it's no way.
That shit is stupid.
Wish I could say the same.
If sneakers are $120, I'm not giving you $500.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. Like I just don't have to have those.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I'll pass.
Is what it is. Like I'm an older person. I used to, when Air Max first came out, like the 97 Air Max, 96s, all that shit.
In 1996.
You would go to the store on 116th Street and get your size 12 And if they didn't have it, you could go to 122nd and they would have it. And like, that was it.
And that was it. And then you have your silver bullets.
Sneakers and you were great. You know what I mean? And like, and you could get another pair. You know what I mean? I'm into that. That whole.
Yeah. It is crazy that literally is a model that does not exist anymore.
Yeah. Cause like none of this shit is scarce either. And like, it's
artificially scarce.
Yeah, like everything's annoying. Like general releases, even like people just buying them up to sell them for $30 fucking profit.
I just saw a thing that Nike apparently is going to limit now how many Air Force like white Forces you can even like buy at a certain time, because like even that, like they, there's a cap on the supply.
Yeah,
is it? But that might be a supply chain issue. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. So like resell, like
they want to sell more sneakers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like the super hype sneakers is something you're not into, or people treating it like a fucking financial asset where you can like trade
just like an NFT.
And don't get me wrong, I want all of those fucking sneakers.
Right, totally. No, I'm with you. Yeah,
the hype sneakers, like
they're sick.
Every pair.
Like, but you just want them for retail.
Yeah, man. I want to go to fucking store. Like, and I don't want to get online. I don't want to fucking register to get online. Like, what the fuck is that? Yo, that is man,
entering a raffle for a chance to get the opportunity, the privilege of giving a company your money. It's insanity. It really is. I hate it. We hate it. This podcast hates
Eat a dick. That's the worst thing in the world.
Is there another trend out there you're seeing right now where if you like snap your fingers and make it disappear? Besides just like the resale secondary market, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, not to be a hater because that's bad, but
a Mary Jean.
Okay. We're fishing with dynamite.
Oh man,
everyone snap your fingers.
Yo, I don't understand those jeans. I don't.
You're not.
That shit's crazy.
You're not gonna find any answers from us.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah. You have no idea.
Okay, let's go back to the art for a second. So as like a independent, working, successful artist that is like true to your vision and kind of like, at this point in your career, you can kind of like handpick. You're not like doing work that you don't want to do. What is?
I was never doing work that I didn't want to do.
But for some emerging artists, some artists that are like, maybe turning the corner or kind of bubbling or deciding that they want to do this as a full-time pursuit, what's like some bozo behavior that is common that you think they should avoid?
Yeah.
Don't be talking hot online. Just don't do that shit. Like, it's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. Like don't cape for these brands, bro.
Right.
What does that mean?
Like, don't be out here like, oh, this brand's the best this brand's the best.
But they're not.
Yeah, fuck all that, bro. Like, fuck that shit. Like, they're
don't
just
simp.
brands. It's just stuff.
Stop sucking
stuff.
Brand dick.
Yeah. Like, stop thinking that you brought something back to life and think shit like that unless you actually are working with that company.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of shit.
Is an ego? Is like an ego problem that exists with artists in the scene, or? And
then I guess I don't know. How do I say this? Like, because I think I'm the shit too, but I don't know. Like, just humble yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, just
relax.
Know that you're not the illest.
Slow your roll. Yeah.
No,
you're not that guy.
Yeah, and then just like, and don't. Oh God, man, don't do fake George Condo paintings. Like, stop that.
I see a lot of that, dude. Like people that like are doing like their own version.
Stop that shit.
But in a way that is less homage and more of like
they do full copies. It's awful. Like, it's really bad. You know what I mean? Like, and I get like artists have like a lot of influence and you can learn from them and you should be learning from other artists and picking up from them but you got to mix that shit together.
You mentioned,
you know what I mean? You got to mix it up.
You mentioned
like Supreme and put all three sweaters into one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You mentioned Damien Hirst. You mentioned George Condo. What other artists do you personally really enjoy in terms of like
my favorite artist is R. Crumb.
Okay,
I love R. Crumb.
Legend.
R. Crumb's fucking ill. Like, I was actually in a show with R. Crumb. That shit was sick. That was fucking dope. Like,
career highlight.
Yeah. Like the first real show I was in was a group show called The Written Trace, and my Dylan Krause was in that show. Rose Salane. Those are all people that I know. Like, those are my friends. I really like those kids.
Homies.
Fucking R. Crumb was in that show, and my name was right next to his.
Sick. Oh, right.
Yeah, like, that was really sick.
Shout out the Alphabet, dude.
It was a lot. It was like Rushka was in that show. It was sick. It was fucking ill. It was at Castman Gallery. Like, my piece didn't sell. I still have it if anybody's interested. Know what I mean? Shit going up.
If you can't get a Crumb, we get you a Crawford, dude.
Shit going up. Know what I mean? It's time to buy in.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
It's time to buy in.
Price of the Crawford is going up.
But yeah, there's a lot of people, man. Shit. There's a lot of people that I'm really into their work. I can't remember like names right now. Maybe I can say something later. Like we can add that.
Yeah. I think you. I mean, that's you just drop some. Fucking
those are like
gems,
my favorites. So like, you know, like George Condo is really dope. You know what I mean? Like I didn't always like his paintings, and then I started to see more of them, and then I was like, oh, these paintings are sick, really. Like, like they're like so layered, and like there's a lot of stuff going on in them, and they're really cool.
Shout out fucking George Condo.
Yeah, George Condo's dope.
Shaun, as a born and raised New Yorker, you get a lot of people. Lawrence and I get hit up a lot. Lawrence was born on a cul-de-sac in Jersey.
Okay.
Regrettably.
I grew up near Washington Irving high school. Stuytown, the White Projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
James Jebbia was not there because not kidding.
Wasn't there.
If somebody
You wasn't there.
if someone's visiting NYC, what's on the Shaun Crawford must hits of food, shopping, getting fucked up? Like, what's a perfect Saturday
just drop some gems
in the
on us
Shaun
real
Crawford world?
I don't hang out at all. I hang out in my house. Like I used to hang out a lot. I don't know what the fuck's hot anymore.
So where do you eat?
No. Where do you want to eat? We're all going out to get a meal.
There's a lot of places.
Like we're at Lucian, right? That's where we all kind of
Lucian is cool.
linked and built.
Like shit. Damn, I'm trying to think. I really like lore.
Yeah,
I like lore. Like lore. Like I just like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I used to go there a lot back in the days, and the food was a little
apparently
better than it is now.
I've talked shit about them before, but apparently that's like an institution.
Okay, yeah. Like
we've been for lunch before. We've taken like if people
the food's not as good as it used to be. And they took the best thing off the menu, which was the surf and turf. Which was lit. It was a filet mignon and a lobster tail. It was
we prefer Finelli's, which is just like corner.
Here's the deal, right? If we're taking each other out to lunch, like we're just doing our own thing, company card.
And I'm a big Balthazar guy.
If someone is taking us out, we're going to Lore. It's different.
I'm a big Balthazar guy.
Oh yeah, same thing. Yeah. Like when our lawyer takes us out, we're like, yo, let's go.
Like I'm a friend of the McNally's. I love the McNally's.
Oh,
good people. Good people.
Through
you know, like Harry growing
McNally,
up.
that's my man.
Wait, so
I love Harry. I used to party with Harry.
With him and Bowery Bob, were you like running with like Peg Leg?
That crew?
Not them exclusively. Like we had our own thing. I used to hang out with my man Sane really heavy when they, Team Facelift, Fat G and all them. I used to hang out with them really heavy. And then we had PPP crew, Peter Pan Posse. You know what I mean?
Not the donut.
No. Peter Pan Posse, which is
the Lost Boys.
Never grow up. Like I actually have a Peter Pan tattoo, which is ridiculous. Like
how big is it?
It's I'll show it to you.
Let's see. All right, we're
put
gonna
this on the Zoom board.
We're gonna. I'll narrate this. Okay, so Shaun is taking his.
No.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, he's fucking zooted.
Yo, was he smoking a blunt?
Yeah, he's smoking dust.
he's smoking dust.
Oh yeah, he is bugged out.
Yeah, he's smoking dust.
Yo, are any of these
PC
that did you draw any of your own tattoos?
I designed every single one.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, these the Driprich you see has the Air Max 97s on. That's why it was very important for me to get those Virgil 97s.
Right.
That was funny when I got the job. I was like, yo, I have 97s tattooed on my body. You got to like give me all the 97s.
Damn, dude. So these are all it's all your art.
That's a cop pig trying to trace down Driprich, right? But he's zooming away in the 97s.
That's RFC running from cops.
Left him in his fucking dust.
My above the law tattoo that I got when I was about 18 years old.
Like fucking law.
I could get into that later. This is a Masonic mystery that I have. All these things have their own.
Is that
meanings.
like a Testarossa right there? Is a Lambo?
There's a Lamborghini, yeah. Like my girl is the yellow Lambo, and then I got my Mickey Mouse water in the pyramid.
Yeah,
and
then Pharaoh
and
Mickey.
Here, like, Heathcliff is the first thing I ever learned how to draw.
Okay,
yeah. So like
when you were a kid,
Heathcliff is important.
That was your guy.
Yeah. All right. Like I used to trace that shit until I like actually got the shapes down.
Yeah.
Now I could just draw with my eyes closed, kind of.
What's the order of Balthazar?
Yeah.
Damn. Seafood Tower.
Goddamn motherfucking right.
Seafood Tower. What else?
Which one though? The Grand or the Balthazar?
The big jaw. The three tier.
Yo, okay. I asked the waiter about this.
And the club sandwich for lunch.
Yeah.
Wait, the only difference between the two seafood towers is that the bigger one, the Balthazar, you get a full lobster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then everything else, it's the same like oyster, clam, mussels, ceviche,
lobster.
Shrimp.
But it's just one more full lobster, but everything else is the same.
Okay.
Damn. Okay.
Just FYI, $30 difference. Up to you.
All good. Whatever.
But you're talking about $30 lobster. That's not bad, bro.
$30 is $30.
$30 for a lobster?
Yeah.
All right. So you get what's the dinner order?
I'll get like the steak escargot.
Steak free?
And the steak frites or the filet mignon sometimes.
And just one suckle on that statue's perfect titty.
I don't get that far into
it. Shaun, 'tis the motherfucking season.
Yeah, baby.
What do you want for Christmas, my G?
Damn, I want this Missoni hat that I just posted in my stories. If anybody wants to get me that
feeling
hat,
for the fucking Missoni drip.
it's fire.
Zoned
No,
out.
it's a fucking Scully.
Zone 6.
No, it's a Scully with fucking like a scarf attached to it. Like I think it's a woman's hat, but it's fire. I want that.
Fuck it.
Yo, Santa, if you're listening,
I want that fucking hat.
my man ain't been naughty this year. Hook it up,
send it.
bro.
Santa or
Send it.
you know, if your yellow Lambo life partner's listening,
Also, I would like my apartment to be finished.
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice.
the fucking DOB's listening.
Yeah. Yo, get the elves in there and the Carhartt fucking do it themselves.
Contractors need to get in there.
About to run up in the
finish that
DOB
up.
and fucking let Chiquita speak.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll be able to move into our crib like hopefully February.
Shaun, this podcast is a big fan of sucking and fucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Word.
All right.
We've talked art. We've talked Jones. We've talked Arc'teryx.
Yeah.
It's time to talk about meats and cheeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you talked about how you've been kind of spending all your time the past 30 years downtown. You've seen it all. You've seen it come. You've seen it go. You've seen the towers fall. You've seen them go back up again.
Sure.
Between all the downtown archetypes of skaters, artists, writers, media folks, drug dealers, musicians, who gets the most ass?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. The rich dudes.
Any of these dudes with money.
Yeah. Whoever has.
So the drug dealers.
Yeah, the drug dealers. No. You know what? Also, damn. All right. When I was hanging out, when I was outside. Oh man, my boys taught me how to do it with no money. You know what I mean? So
How to spit game.
What, just for fucking rubber on the rooftop? Like,
nah, man. Like, your place.
Yeah.
My place is no good.
Yeah. I'm renovating.
yeah.
There's someone there.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah.
No, you got to lie. Be like, oh, we're actually adding in a chef's island. Kitchen.
Yeah. Sorry. We're renovating.
Nah, the cool guys get the most ass, dude. And like graffiti dudes, like always kind of find girls. Yo, it's wild. You know what I mean? Like, it all depends.
Is there a name for graffiti groupies?
I don't think there really are graffiti groupies.
Okay.
There's like
taggies.
there's like girls that are into graffiti that write graffiti and
Right.
they date graffiti writers.
But
like, you know
they're
what I mean?
not, but groupies, no, not necessarily.
Nah, and then like
Like
all
Miss
the
17 and
Whatever
Claw
the
Money,
graffiti equivalent
Yeah,
of a
like-
skater, like a ramp tramp.
like
There's not any of that.
the tag head. No, that sounds racist.
Yeah. Gee.
Yeah, like it's not like that.
Okay.
Like, I all writers that I've ever known always have a girlfriend.
Okay.
Always, no matter how crazy they
Right.
are or look, they always have a
Well, they need
girlfriend.
who's,
someone
like,
pretty decent looking.
All
Like it's
right.
crazy.
Not
Like
bad.
it's
Someone-
the art thing. Like being an
Yeah.
artist,
Just
like women into
creative,
artists. Yes,
being
women-
interesting.
Exactly.
Something
They
to
need someone
talk
to post
about.
bail.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Do art hoes got that demon pussy?
Big follow-up question.
I wouldn't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never like.
But the art hoe is not a new
I
phenomenon.
became a professional, semi-known artist. I'm in a relationship. I wouldn't know about any art hoes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, no, I don't even have, like, yo, on Instagram and shit like that, I look at like my analytics. I have very little.
Oh, yo, we're the same, bro.
Very little female
of
followers,
course.
dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why don't babes follow me,
Yeah.
dude? Like, I'm good looking.
Well, if any art hoes are listening, please write into the pod and let us know if you got that demon pussy.
Do you got that demon pussy?
Do you?
Let's talk about it.
Let's do an Instagram poll. Yes, no.
Yeah.
Devil emoji, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, okay, we're done. We've made it out the meats and cheeks section.
Okay, well,
all right, we're on.
We
to-
made it out the demon pussy corner,
Okay.
and we're moving forward.
We're on
Sweet.
the home stretch where
Yeah.
we talk about
Full
everyone's
steam
favorite
ahead.
topic, money.
Yeah.
Sean,
Love money.
how much money do you make?
Yeah.
Not enough.
Not enough.
How much money would you like to make?
Yeah.
Like, is there a number where it's like, okay, I can retire,
feel good.
move to the fucking countryside,
Had
like
no worries.
pay off all my debts, make sure my family's good?
I don't know. A good
Or is it
house.
unlimited?
A good house costs like $3 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Would you ever leave New York?
maybe
I mean, how long were you in New Hampshire for when you were
Like
on your
4
sabbatical?
months.
Okay.
about 4
And
months.
how was it? Mad boring,
Were you like,
it was interesting.
Were you like Walter White when he's hiding out up there?
Yeah.
Like
It was very
live free or die, dude.
paying people to talk to you.
No, so people, I was out there with my girl and her mom, right? And because my girl's family has like a summer house in New Hampshire, right? And they usually rent it out like in the summers, and the family rotates going there, right?
That's where he parked the yellow Lambo in New Hampshire.
So we went up there and like I don't drive. My girl and I do not drive. So her mom had to drive us everywhere.
Damn.
Right? And like
it's like being 15 again.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know what I mean? And we were
driving
in a small
Mr. Crawford.
House. We were in this small house together. And we would go out every now and then, like to go get supplies and shit like that. And New Hampshire was really weird because there's really no black people in New Hampshire. Very, very little.
You doubled the black population.
Pretty
straight
much.
Up.
And then one thing that was really bugged to see out there was like all the like white supremacist groups.
Damn.
And
how closely do you see them?
They were like flagging very hard, like all that like 3%er shit, Oath Keepers and all that. They'd have the t-shirts on, the tattoos, the emblems on their cars, like and it's an open carry state. You'd be at the ice cream
big gun state,
the ice cream stand, and some fucking asshole with a white supremacist tattoo is behind you with a fucking gun. You know what I mean? Like buying ice cream. So
vanilla ice cream.
That shit,
no sprinkles.
That shit was weird, and it like really was fucking with me for a while until I like took a step back and thought about it. Like, all right, like I live in Flatbush, right? And the area that I live in is very like Crip and fucking GD. Apparently, right? There's like these like blicky dudes, right? Like 22Gs film mad videos in this fucking park that I like paint the fucking handball court. Like,
right.
And every time I've painted that handball court, I get stepped to by gang members.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? But then they're like, what the fuck you doing back here? And they look at the wall and then they just hang out and want to like watch you paint. Which has always been my experience, like just throughout my whole graffiti career. And shit is man, it's crazy. Like, so basically I see, you see gang members on the street and they don't necessarily fuck with you unless you in their face.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then that was kind of the same thing with these fucking assholes.
You just leave them alone.
These are fucking gang members. That's all they are. They're gang members and they're trying to flex. And if you don't pay them no fucking mind, then you kind of see that they're just a bunch of fucking dweebs.
Right.
You know what I mean? This shit is crazy. You know what I mean? So that was the thing I had to deal with.
So you wouldn't move to New Hampshire?
Yeah, right. That's off the.
And New Hampshire also is fucking weird. Like it's the only state in that little triangle right there that doesn't have legal marijuana.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like you could go to jail for just like smoking weed in New Hampshire,
which is weird because New Hampshire's whole thing is live free or die. It's like libertarian. It's weird that
it's live free or die, but like fuck that weed.
Yeah, right.
Like shit is fucking ridiculous.
Smoke weed and die.
Yeah, smoke weed and die. Yeah, you could actually buy a gun there with no license.
Right.
It's crazy.
But
like you just walk into the store and buy whatever,
and then get shot for smoking.
Indeed.
So you want to buy a nice little house somewhere, maybe like $3 million range.
Yeah.
Take care of you and the family.
That'd be fire.
What do you like to spend your money on, though, besides like clothes and besides like your own career?
Food and weed.
Food, weed, seafood towers and weed.
And experiences. Yeah,
like what do you mean by experiences?
Like
travel?
Yeah, like going on a trip. Like, and
what's on your travel bucket list?
Not having to think about it. I really want to go to Italy. I want to like.
We were just there.
We were just there, bro.
Nice. Yeah, like my girl is really well traveled and has been a lot of places. I want to go all the places that she's been and go to some new places as well. You know what I mean? Like I really want to go to Japan. I've never been out there.
Got to get you the capital stores.
Yeah, I want to I'd like to do like a little tour around Europe and all that shit. Go like through the mountains, go through the south, all of that. Like there's a lot of places.
European color series.
Yeah, dude, that's right.
Word.
You gotta get Cooper to fucking send your ass fucking global, bro.
Exactly.
You hear it?
Well, Shaun, we want to thank you for coming on to the only podcast.
Yeah, man, it's been a fucking blast.
Before we get you out of here,
thank you for having me.
You're welcome, but you're not done just quite yet.
Yeah,
we're done with meats and cheeks. We're done with money.
Okay.
What you got to hear from us now is some constructive criticism, because while you are absolutely fucking smashing
it, tell me where I need to improve.
We want to give you some we're outsider artists.
Yeah.
Okay? We are outside of art.
I'll take the free consultancy. Let's go.
Bro. I don't know if you know this, but Lawrence and I, we did some loafers with our good homie Chris at Blackstock and Weber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we should give you some pairs and you fucking tie-dye them and remix them and put those out on the marketplace and see how the world reacts. What do you think? Little three-way collabo.
How do you tie dye a shoe?
I don't know.
That's what you're gonna figure out, bro. You're gonna tie dye a fucking loafer.
It's suede, right?
Okay.
So that's first thing you know.
With a gold.
And do they make the shoes?
bit?
They make the shoes here?
No, the shoes are those were
These
made
were
in
made in
England.
the UK.
They're made in UK.
Now he makes them in Portugal, which is like equal quality.
Yeah,
but cheaper. To produce.
If we could get the materials before the shoe is made.
Oh, because you would like tie dye a big piece of fabric that would then be put in, like they made into shoes.
Yeah, and I can do leather. Do leather. I've been doing some experiments with that recently, and it works.
That could be crazy.
Yeah, like the thing with like shoes, you know what I mean? Like, all right, with the tie-dye thing, right? Like I am always really been into tie-dye. I've been trying to figure out how to do it, how to get it right. Right. And there's a lot of different companies and brands. People been doing this shit for a really, really long time. Right. And when I was coming up with my idea for the Arc'teryx thing, I wanted to tie-dye the jacket. And I was looking around to see if there were any other examples of tie-dyed Gore-Tex, and there were, but they were all printed.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Not
dyed. And that printed tie-dye shit is whack.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fucking corny.
Yeah.
Mad brands do it.
It never looks good.
It never looks good. It always looks like shit. And like I know companies do it for uniformity.
Yeah.
Like to sell to stores, but that's fucking stupid because we all like tie-dye is supposed to be unique.
Uniformity is the fucking enemy of dyeing to begin with.
Yes. You know what I mean? So in order to do the shoes, I would have to literally do the raw materials first, and then they'd have to cut it down and make it into the shoe. But I would be down with that.
We're gonna figure this thing out.
That would be very fun.
All right.
Okay.
I'd be down with that. Let's go. What's the budget?
Well, that brings me to my piece of constructive criticism. What would be, let's say that there was a podcast, and let's say that was the only podcast that mattered on top to boot. And they were interested, hypothetically, they were interested in allegedly a rebrand, creative directed by the one and only Shaun Crawford. What would that be expensive? Is that something that that they could work out, or
we could work it out?
Yeah. Like imagine if our logo wasn't dog shit. I'm kidding. No, but I just feel like, I think there's room.
What a world.
2022, new year, new us, new pod.
New alleged pod.
Right. Just maybe a little rebrand.
I think we can work that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sean, thank you for coming on.
You're a fucking living legend, Sean.
Where can the kids follow you? What do you want to plug?
Yeah, go crazy, dog.
All right. You can follow me, Shaun Crawford, Shaun_Crawford 119 on Instagram.
Right.
What's the 119? 911 backwards?
I'm from 119th Street,
there it is.
Avenue. That is my block.
Who's Shaun_Crawford?
Oh, that is I, and I am him.
No, but who has that handle?
Oh,
I know your name, dog. I'm saying who has.
There's like a football player named Shaun Crawford.
Yeah,
and
there is.
He spells it just like me too.
I think he was on the Raiders.
And then the coldest Crawford, which is the illest.
I'm a little insulted. Of course, I know. I know your name, by the way.
Have you ever heard that kid? You ever heard that? There's a fucking young football player. His name is the coldest Crawford.
That's fire.
It's so ill.
The coldest.
You gotta change your legally change your name to the hardest.
Yeah, indeed.
The illest.
No one's colder than that dude, so we got to pick a different adjective.
He already got it. His dad knew
the illest Crawford.
Yeah. Damn. The illest.
No, you got to legally change your name to the entirety of the intro. That
That would be good.
The intro is.
Do you have any projects? Do you have any workshops? Anything coming up that this is out like mid-December?
Twitter. Where else can we follow you at? Like, what else we got?
I am on Twitter, but I don't really.
Well, we need it for promotional purposes.
What's funny is I got on Twitter and Instagram around the same time, and I had no traction on Twitter, and then on Instagram, people were actually following.
So now you're just like,
so I was just always on Instagram and not Twitter.
We'll send some followers to the dead Twitter account.
I don't even want that. I like it how it is. I have like 20 followers.
Any projects?
I'm like talking to friends actually.
Right.
I mean, so it works out.
Any projects or collabs coming up?
Yeah, what can we look for?
Keep an eye out for.
I don't even want to talk about anything that's not solid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm working on paintings and working on
that's why you got to follow. Right. That's why you got to follow Sean.
That's right.
Follow me on Instagram, Shaun_Crawford.
Yes.
119.
My website is CrawfordWWG.com. The WWG stands for Worldwide Global.
Worldwide. Mr. Global, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 119.
Yes. And there you can find the Doom Dirty Inks. I still have those available. Let's get it. You know what I mean?
Hats are been sold out.
Yo, some stocking stuffers, dog.
Yeah,
pick up some shit for the holidays.
That's always available. It's out there for you. If you love graffiti and you love tearing shit up, you can get busy with me. Let's go.
Thank you for coming on to the only.
Thank you for tearing it up with the boys.
Jeff,
man.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Jeff, hit that motherfucking out.
Get paid, young nigga. Get paid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Whatever you do, just make sure you get paid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Crib so big that it came with a maid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid. Rule number 1, get the money first. Rule number 2, don't forget to get the money. Play by these rules and everything will be okay. Still in my trap, flipping my Frito-Lays. Go get the money, it ain't nothing else important to me. I showed her a Xanax, she hurry up and took it. I fucked her so good, she got up and started cooking. Rolling up big blunts, out a pound of cookies. If you ain't gas 40 bands, then you can't book me. Pulled up on the side, your bitch, she wouldn't stop looking. That bitch good as tookin', good as gone. I guarantee tonight, my nigga, that bitch ain't coming home. I got money to count, I got bitches to fuck, got packs to flip, pistols to bust. When I was small, I ain't have nothing. Started selling dope and prayed to God for a plug. He showed up and said, get paid, young nigga, get paid. Get paid, young nigga, get paid.